Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a 10-minute mum-friendly makeup look for Christmas Day. This is for you if you want to look glam and feel fabulous on Christmas Day, but you don't have time, you're rushing around, there's turkeys, there's timings. Timings that are so crucial. No one is allowed in the kitchen or their head will be physically removed from their body. I don't know if that's just my mum, but nobody has been in that woman's kitchen since 1987. Maybe like me, you travel on Christmas Day to your family and you can't have everybody waiting for you to do a full face of makeup that takes 1 hour. You want to look glam in all the family Christmas photos, but time is of the essence. This is the video for you. So without further ado, let's get started. I feel like I look exactly like that girl from American Horror Story. Happy Christmas. Okay, so Christmas Day, particularly if you're hosting and particularly if you are a mother, is a hectic, busy time. Ours looks something like we wake up at the crack of dawn. We have strict rules in our house. In order for me to survive the day, I cannot be woken up before 7 a.m. But we also don't want to ruin the magic and the excitement of getting up early and, you know, Santa having been for our children. So we have found a really great compromise that really works for us and keeps the magic whilst allowing the parents to also enjoy Christmas Day without feeling like you might fall asleep at any moment. So our children's stockings are delivered to their bedrooms, and as soon as 6 o'clock hits, we try to encourage them to sleep until 6 because again, otherwise they'll just get exhausted. So we ask them to stay asleep if they can until 6. After 6, they're allowed to get up, get their stockings, open them. They usually go into one bedroom. Like my son will usually see that Santa's been, get his stocking, go into his sister's room, and they open their stockings together, and they're allowed to use or consume any of the items that are in the stockings, but they can't come into our room until 7. Then we go downstairs, we open all of our family presents and all of Santa's sacks, and then we have breakfast, and then we hit the road. As soon as we're ready, and there's no rush, we hit the road and we head to my sister's house, which is by the beach, and we watch the Santa swim. If you're not sure what a Santa swim is, it's exactly what it sounds like. And no, we don't do it. My brother does, but I personally am not getting in that sea. Okay, certainly not on Christmas Day. Then we go back to my sister's house. My parents join us and we all open our other family gifts from each other. And then we have Christmas lunch about 1 o'clock, something like that. And we continue to eat and drink into the evening. There's usually a huge cheese board, a lot of champagne, and then we usually watch some kind of film late at night before we go to bed. So it's a very long day. It's a long day for makeup. And while it's a very relaxed, casual, immediate family only affair, I do like to look a little bit presentable. We always take a family photo that I want to look like slightly not bedraggled in. But I don't want everybody waiting for me to get ready and to do an hour's worth full glam face of makeup so that we can leave. I don't want to miss the Santa swim. So I want to get ready quickly, low key, look, you know, presentable, my best, and look good in photos. But I literally have about 10 to 15 minutes to get ready. I don't want everybody waiting for me. That's about all the time I've got. So that's the kind of makeup that I'm going to show you today. Exactly what I will wear on Christmas Day. Something that I can do in 10 to 15 minutes that doesn't hold us up, but I can still feel a bit glam and look good in the Christmas family photo. So I'm going to start a timer just so we can see how long this takes, because I feel like a lot of the time, a lot of the videos and the content we see here on YouTube is very edited. I don't edit a lot. I try not to cut out a lot of like blending and things like that when I'm doing reviews, because I feel like that's almost a bit misleading. I want to show you guys how long something took to blend, how long it took to work into the skin, how long it took to cover, things like that. So I try not to cut out too much, especially with tutorials. I want you to kind of pretty much see how long things took me. So I'm going to start a timer. Bear in mind that obviously as I'm talking and sharing what I'm doing and showing you products, it will take a good little while longer than it would take you if you were just doing it by yourself. Although I know we all love to pretend we're doing a tutorial every time we do our makeup. It's a bit like when you're cooking. Does anyone else pretend they're on this morning when they're making dinner? No, just me. Okay. So the timer has begun and we're kicking off with a really hydrating primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And the reason I'm using this is because the foundation I'm going to use does not need any help when it comes to wear. So it's going to wear beautifully without any help from a primer. I don't need to worry about its wear because it's such an amazing long wear foundation. One thing I do need to worry about or think about is my rosacea, which going from freezing cold, potentially lashing rain, certainly a bit of mist from the sea and a long journey and then into hot, you know, central heating house with maybe the fire on, my rosacea is going to be looking to have a party of its own on Christmas Day. So I want something hydrating that is going to sort of keep my skin a little bit happier. Now for eyeshadow, this is somewhere we're going to keep really quick and simple. I'm using one of Hourglass's scattered light shadows in the shade Smoke. Basically what I want is something that is super quick, but still looks really pretty and festive and sparkly, but it's not going to take me much time at all. Certainly not much effort. And this is the perfect shadow, particularly this shade. You can use any shade of the scattered lights and you're going to get a really pretty twinkling effect. This shade is a particular love of mine because just the colour of it and the base really means you don't need anything else. You can really just blend this up into the crease and you'll get a sort of almost a look that could have been, you know, a palette, could have been several different shades. Because as you sort of blend this up into the crease, I'm switching over from my Rephr 21 to my Worker S. And as I'm blending this, it sort of loses a little of the sparkle as you blend that away. And you end up with just the base, which could be like a totally different shadow that you've used, but you still only need one product. This makeup look is also quite light on products, so it's very easy to travel with. You know, if you stay somewhere on Christmas Eve with the family and you want to do this makeup, this will all fit in quite a small makeup bag. I managed to fit it in one of my Lisa Eldridge pouches earlier when I was trying this out, and it fits beautifully. So once you've got that all into the crease, I'm using a finger and I'm just building this up in the center of the lid to get an extra bit of a pop there, a bit of dimension. And you don't need to be neat with this. You can be as quick and as haphazard as you would like. Go nuts, treat yourself, it's Christmas after all. Now I've done a very simple eyeshadow look, so I'm gonna go in with a really impactful mascara, of course. This is my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is just going to give me some Kapow lashes. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to use the Tom Ford Soft Matte. This is the longest wearing foundation I own. Last year when we went to the Santa Swim, it was raining, but it was like the really fine mist. So it wasn't like we got soaked, but it was like a fine mist had, you know, completely covered us head to toe. A very fine setting spray, if you will. And we were there for, you know, a good hour. And I know for a fact this foundation would fully deal with that situation. It's not going to even touch the surface. This is also a foundation that's not really going to transfer. So again, lots of hugs on Christmas Day, lots of cuddles with children and thank you hugs from everybody, and you don't need to worry about covering them with foundation. It has no SPF, so if someone wants to take a flash photo, you know that's not going to cause you any issues, but you're going to look completely flawless in a very effortless way, which who doesn't want to look effortlessly flawless, you know? So I'm using my sponge to keep that on the natural side, but still very quick, very easy, because it's quite a high coverage foundation. I'm not there for ages building up to cover. With a sponge, it gives me a beautiful, natural looking, flawless canvas. And I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk highlighter. Because I've used quite a matte foundation, I want a highlighter that I can sort of put everywhere and really build up the glow where I want it. So I can be quite a bit glowier than the foundation would allow, but without it looking like I've got highlighter on, because this is a liquid. It's going to melt into the foundation and it's just going to look like my skin is glowy. Whereas with a powder, it can look a bit too highlighty, or like you've put highlight on and made a bit more effort. Now for some concealer. I'm trying a new shade of the Haus Labs. This is a peachy shade of concealer, number 23. Usually I use 21 and 24. But I saw recently a video by someone, Painted by Spencer, who was explaining that you should try and match your concealer shade to like the cheek products you use for like the most seamless blend. So because I use a lot of peachy blushes, I thought maybe I'll try a peachy shade of concealer. And I think peach is supposed to be quite a good cancelling shade for me, for my under eyes. So yeah, I have been really liking this shade recently. So I'm just blending that concealer with my brush. And we're on 9 minutes. And I feel like if I hadn't have been, you know, doing a tutorial, I would have been probably pretty much finished by now. So we're doing great for time. I'm just going to set that concealer with my usual Givenchy powder, and I'm setting a bit heavier on my moustache and my schnoz, because these are the areas where oils might start to come through. Another coat of mascara. That's about the perfect amount of time between coats. I'm not putting this on my lower lashes because I may cry on Christmas Day. It's a very high risk day for tears, I would say, Christmas Day. I definitely may cry, and I definitely may, you know, get slightly splashed at the Santa swim. So I don't want to put mascara on my lower lashes. So for bronzer, I'm using the Gucci. Again, I want to add glow to my skin as I've used a more matte foundation today, and I'm just going to bronze around my forehead, cheeks, and again, this is shade 1. I picked up, this is a new shade to me. I've got 1, 2, and 4, or is it 1, 2, and 3? I forget. I've got 3 shades now, and this is the lightest shade, and I love this one because I can really go to town, and it's really quite cool toned, which I love. So I'm getting a nice sort of sculpting bronze. And if you want to, you can always go with a bit of your bronzer into your crease to give you an extra bit of dimension there, and to just bring everything together. So everything blends seamlessly between bronzer and your eye look, cheeks and eyes, all seamless together. Also use a little bit of that under the lower lash line to hide any cheeky lines. And then for blush, because I'm going for, of course, a party festive lip, I'm going to use quite a neutral blush. This is the new Gucci Soft Peach. And as I said in my video about going back and picking this one up, yes, it has a sort of peachy-ish tone, but it's quite neutral actually. It's got a sort of mostly brown shade to it. Perfect for when you want something else to be the feature and you don't want your cheeks to argue with it. Setting spray. So everything is going to last as long as possible, as long as you do, if your children wake you up at 4 in the morning. Now I'm going to show you a couple of options for the lips. First up, something easily wearable, a bit more casual, a bit more relaxed, but still ties into a festive red. This is Red Curve from Lisa Eldridge's Baume Embrace. So this is Red Curve from Lisa Eldridge's Baume Embrace, and obviously it's really nice and hydrating, balmy formula. But it has a very muted, softer, wearable red tone. So if you want something a bit less intimidating, but it still kind of feels a bit festive, this is an excellent choice. But I always wear the same lipstick more or less on Christmas Day, and it is one of Chanel's Duo Tenue shades, and I've got the wrong one. I have worn the same lipstick for about 3 years at Christmas, and it's one of the Chanel Duo Tenue lipsticks. This is the shade Daring Red. And not only is this the perfect festive red, but this formula is fully transfer proof and bulletproof, and it will wear through Christmas dinner. You'll be able to kiss someone and it will not leave a red lipstick print anywhere on them. It's absolutely magic. If you're not familiar with these, they have the colour on one end and you just wait until your lips are a bit tacky, and then you go in with the gloss on the other end. And that seals the colour in and gives you that beautiful glossy finish. And we're at 17.5 minutes, and that's with me showing you 2 different lips, running to go and get the correct shade of my Chanel lipstick. And we are fully done. I would say if you weren't filming your makeup, you could absolutely do this makeup between 10 and 15 minutes, depending how quickly you're working, but absolutely doable in under 15 minutes. And you look perfect for Christmas Day. Christmassy, glowy in all the right places, really long wearing, transfer proof, light proof, weatherproof, hug proof, present unwrapping, turkey proof, and kiss proof. Take me to the mistletoe. I'm ready. I feel like this is the perfect Christmassy makeup. It's glowy and natural and beautiful and really flattering. It's going to photograph beautifully, wear perfectly, and it's not going to take you a full 3 business days to get ready. So you can be with everybody, you're not missing out on any of the day, you're not making anybody late, but you look absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so there you have it. That is my 10 to 15 max minute makeup for Christmas Day. This is the exact makeup look that I will be rocking on Christmas Day. It's so quick and easy. It wears so well. It looks so beautiful, but like low key at the same time with a festive red. Obviously you can wear whatever lip you like, something nude, something just a bit of balm, something a bit more neutral if you'd rather, and that will completely tone it down as to how festive and high key or glam you look as well. It will look a lot more toned down, a lot more natural, a lot more neutral with a more muted lipstick. But of course I will be rocking a red on Christmas Day because that's just my thing. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a glorious Christmas and an incredible festive time with your families and your loved ones. I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.